Hey budget gardeners, Vita Loca here. Join me today as I show you a 2-zone garden watering system. So let's go. Even though I have irrigation set up on a lot of my flower beds, the one area that I don't have irrigation set up is over in my plant nursery. In the plant nursery, I currently have to hand water all those little plants, thousands of plants. It is a very tedious job. And the hard part is if I ever go away for a long weekend or even a week, I have nothing there set up to water my plants. Well, as it turns out, a company named RainPoint reached out to me and asked if I wanted to try one of their products. And it's perfect timing right now. Even though it's fall time, it gives me ample time to set it up, try it out. If there's any issues, make sure I fix those issues. But otherwise, I want to make sure I'm ready to go come next spring. So in this video, I'm going to set it up with you, and then we're going to run it together. And I'm going to let you know at the end what I think about the product so far. So I figured we'd start by unboxing this together since I haven't even taken a peek inside the box. You can see it says Smart 2-Zone Wi-Fi Water Timer with Smart Display Hub. Well, that's pretty sweet. It comes with a 5-year warranty. Can't beat that. Who doesn't love a quick start guide? Sometimes you don't want to read a whole entire booklet. So for quick reference, it's nice to have this handy. And then it looks like there are 2 user manuals. One is for the hub and the other one is for the timer. Nicely packaged here is the hub, also known as a weather station. It looks like they have a nice quick way to set everything up where you can scan a QR code. Very cool. We have 2 rolls of tape that we'll need later during our setup. And this here is the 2-zone water timer. And you can see that there is a left side as well as a right side. And this here is a power adapter, which gets plugged into the hub. Well, now that the unboxing is done, I have my homework to do. I'm going to do some reading with the manuals so that the next part of the video, I'll show you what's involved with setting up the system. So we're going to work on installing the app. The number one thing is you want to make sure you're using a smartphone and that you're connected to Wi-Fi. And we want to download the app. And the app is called HomeGar, HOMGAR. And we're going to go ahead and install it. So once we've downloaded the app, we're going to click on the open button. We're going to click on agree. So after we've chosen the country and an email address and a password of our choice, we're going to click on register. And we have to do a verification step. So after I've entered my email address, I am going to click the I agree checkbox and then click on send verification code. After entering the verification code, we want to then hit next. And we're going to set a password. Okay, so once we get to the home management screen, we want to just check everything is correct. And since I'm using this in my home, I'm going to keep it as my home. And the time zone is correct. So I'm going to click on confirm. So then I get a pop-up that says set up the location for your home. So I'm going to click on set. And I'm going to click on set again. And I'm going to say while using this app. So once you've gone ahead and created all the login information and allowed the app to have access to your location, then you'll come to this screen. And this is called the Welcome Home screen. So what we want to do is click on the plus sign in the top right-hand side. And we want to then click on Display Hub. And then we want to enter the Wi-Fi information. And since it only supports 2.4 gigahertz, we're going to choose that. And then we're going to click set. So after you've entered all your Wi-Fi information and you've successfully connected to your Wi-Fi, the next thing you want to do is power on the hub with the power cable. The hub requires 3 AA batteries, which again did not come with the unit, and that's fine. I had them on hand. They also get installed in the back. Now I'm installing the batteries, but keep in mind that they are just for a backup. And if I lost power, this system would still work. But normally the unit is powered just through electricity. Here's the power outlet. It gets plugged in right here. And then we can go ahead and put this back on. And I just want to show you that there's a little slot here, and that's where the wire will be coming out of. And you do this by pressing and holding the Wi-Fi button of the hub for about 5 seconds until it shows scan. When scan appears, you want to check the all steps completed box. And then select next to start searching devices. When the device is found, click on the add button and then click on save. So once the hub is successfully connected, you want to go back to your app's homepage, and from there you want to select the plus sign in the top right hand side. So the next thing we're going to do is find the 2-zone water timer. And this is where we're going to add the water timer. The timer requires 4 AA batteries, which do not come with the kit, and that's fine. So I do have 4 AA batteries lined up here, and they get installed in the back of the unit. Okay. And then on this, where it says ready for pairing, we're going to click next. And on the screen will be a pairing for the sub device. And you just want to be patient and wait until it's done. After successfully connecting, the last water usage value will display in the middle of the timer screen. Notice it's 0 because we haven't used any water yet. We're still in the setup mode. The next watering plan will display as well after creating a plan. Okay, it's the next day, and today is the day. We're going to get everything hooked up and we're going to test it out. So over here is where the hose is, right next to my house. I'm going to put this down because this is where it's going to get connected over here, which is right near the Wi-Fi. So normally if I was to go away for, let's say, a week and I want to have my plant nursery be watered automatically, I would first have to set this hose up and bring it down near my nursery. So let's go ahead and bring the hose to the nursery area. The next step is to remove the connection of the hose to the house. And next, I'm going to take the timer and attach that to the faucet. In this case, I've connected the timer directly to the faucet, but there is something that you can buy probably from a big box store, which is a small piece of hose and it has a little bit of a spring to it. And that would allow you to pick this up and maneuver this around a little bit so it's not just so stuck to the faucet. So if you want to do that, you can definitely add that to your connection here. The next thing I'm going to do is hook up this hose to the timer. And now let's head down to my plant nursery. Okay, so I hooked up the other end of the hose to my sprinkler. Okay, now the next thing to do is to set up the timer app and then we will test things out. So we're going to go into the HomeGar app. And we're going to go ahead and add a plan. The 11.1 liters that you see on the screen is just the amount of water that we just used during our initial test. So we're going to click on plan. And then we're going to click on the plus arrow. And we're going to choose a starting time. And right now it shows that it's 2:11 on my phone. So we're going to start this at 2:12. I want it to run for a duration of 10 minutes and I want it to run on a daily basis. So we'll hit the check mark, the back arrow. Now we're going to wait 1 minute. And it just showed the next plan time, which is what we scheduled. 14:12 is the same as 2:12. And there you go. Exactly at 2:12, the water started. And it's going to run for 10 minutes. And the sprinkler works like a charm. Now, going forward, I might want to use a different type of sprinkler or a different setting on the sprinkler for this nursery bed. I just wanted to set it up for our testing purposes. So I highly recommend that you explore like I am right now. So if I wanted to set a rain delay, I could do that. So right now it's set for 24 hours. And under here, this is where if you didn't set up a plan and you just wanted to run automatically, this is where you would do that. It's more of a manual type of setup. And in this case, we are just running zone 2, which is underlined on your screen. I could, if I wanted to, run 2 zones at once, but you have to be careful about that. You need to make sure that you have enough water to be able to pump out that much water through the system. This is a very cool irrigation system. I am so glad I got to test it out and share it with you. It really will be a lifesaver for me for my nursery bed, not only when I'm traveling, let's say on vacation, but even if I'm home and I want to have it run every day, I can just set up my hose and have it run each day. And it's really going to help me out in the long run. Again, in my case, I'm using it for my nursery, but if you want to use it for a different purpose, let's say you have some raised beds or you have a flower bed or you have a vegetable garden, you can definitely use it in those situations as well. Another great application of when you would want to use something like this type of system would be, let's say you are creating a new lawn area. And as you might know, you have to keep that watered very, very often. It would be so nice to just have this set up and have it watering your lawn for you, especially as the grass seeds are establishing themselves. So definitely consider this type of irrigation system if you don't have one already. And what I'll do is pop up on the screen a code that you can use that you can apply and get a slight discount towards your purchase. If you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment below. I only showed you some parts of how to use this system. There is a lot more to it. It's really a fantastic thing. I hope you're enjoying your gardens, and until the next video, make it a great day with gardening.